Now, this episode, just like the first two, was absolutely amazing. Man, you can definitely tell what this anime is going to be about. You can tell where it's going to go. You can tell that it's definitely going to be a long roller coaster ride of emotions. If you couldn't tell by the first two episodes after watching this one, I promise you, you can definitely tell where this anime is going. Now, it starts off with everybody headed to the school that they're going to be playing at, which is Keijo High. I know, ironic, isn't it? They're going to be playing there, and it starts off with them on the train. They get off. You see Gion. He's extremely excited. He's ready to play. He's raring to go. As usual, he's being his normal self, very uppity, but he finds out that he's not going to be playing, which was a very big disappointment for him, but I was pretty sure it was going to happen because I believe they hinted that he wouldn't be playing the first game in the last episode. Not sure, but he was pretty disappointed about it overall. Now, Sekizan meets up with an old friend, Taira Takikazu is what his name is. He's pretty much the captain of the team, and he's the one who has been waiting for Sekizan. We found out that he's been waiting on a rematch between these two teams for 2 years now. And throughout the episode, you begin to see the relationship between him and Sekizan. He's very interested in him because he was the one who was different than the other teams. But we'll get into that in just a sec when it comes later in the episode. But first off, man, I gotta say the game started and it was absolutely outstanding. It was amazing. It didn't end, but one thing we get to see in this episode is the struggle between Iwashimizu and his old friend Miyagi. That is probably like the first half of the game, and it's absolutely amazing how they did it. Once the game started, it was somewhat back and forth with Keijo taking the lead, which is the other team. And it was because, for one, Iwashimizu, who's number 5, he couldn't take charge. He couldn't do the things that he needed to do. You could tell his focus was gone. He was still stuck in the past about the fact that when he hit Miyagi before, he knocked his shoulder out of socket. And I think that he just didn't want to hurt anyone. And this is what led the other team to pretty much underestimate him. They kept saying, oh, number 5 sucks. Every time he gets the ball, let's capitalize and do what we got to do to make sure that we get this victory. Anyway, right as the game starts, we get this Naruto-like music that starts playing. And one thing I noticed is that this show and Naruto definitely have the same musicians. I don't know the name, but they have that same Naruto theme in this episode as the game is going on. And right towards the end, the artist that sings that song is, I don't know the name of them, but it's the same exact band that did the ending theme to the last, and it's the ending theme for All Out, which I thought was pretty awesome. So it's real cool to be listening to music and recognize the artist and stuff, just knowing the voices that you've heard. But anyway, during the game, you hear this awesome battle music, or it's like pumping you up, and it's interesting because watching this, I just get so many chills. And as this game was going on, tackles were done beautifully. Just the game was done so beautifully. But finally, you get to Iwashimizu and Miyagi. Miyagi gets to the point where he realizes that Iwashimizu is just not going to tackle him. He can't do it. He's too stuck in the past, and he allows him to score a point. I don't know what they call the points. I'm guessing it's not touchdowns, obviously, but he allows him to score a point, and this frustrates Miyagi to the point to where he says, wow, you really are just tall for nothing. He said, you're out here doing absolutely nothing. If this is how you're going to play, get off the field. And you can see that Iwashimizu is just, he's terrified about all of this. And finally, the manager tells Gion, who's acting up, who's saying, come on, you're not tall for nothing. You have the ability to do something. Come on, I believe in you. He finally starts screaming. And at that point, it wakes up Iwashimizu. And just like I said in one of my other reviews, these two characters are definitely going to play off each other. They're going to help each other out. They're going to help each other grow. And this is something you can see. But once he hears Gion's words, that's when everything changes. The game is just absolutely reversed. Everybody who didn't believe in his ability starts to see that, oh wow, this kid definitely can do something. He steals the ball from people. He lands a couple of tackles, and it's just awesome. It shows that Iwashimizu definitely has pretty good capabilities, and he's going to be an asset towards this team. He's not going to be like the Armin of Attack on Titan, who is just pretty much the brains of everything. He is going to play a pivotal role in them scoring and winning some of their games. Unfortunately, right after Iwa gets his moment and tackles Miyagi, this leaves him in surprise, but right when we get that moment of seeing that Iwa is definitely a good player, that's when Kaijo just switches it up and we get to see how powerful these guys are. And man, I mean, it's people getting ran the hell over in this episode. Like, you see someone try to tackle them and bodies just flying. Like, I thought football was bad. This is horrible, man. You see bodies flying everywhere. Luckily, there's no injuries, but I mean, it's an anime. But still, it's actually funny to watch because of how much they up the techniques that are being done. I mean, you'll see some guy get hit and he'll fly across the field and all of a sudden he gets right back up like nothing happened. But it was just so funny. And then we get the backstory between, well, kind of the backstory between Taira and Sekizan. We get to see 2 years prior their previous game. It takes us to a flashback. It's raining during this game, and we get to see that Sekizan's team still won, but Taira wasn't really interested in them. He was interested in Sekizan, especially after he comes out of the locker room very disappointed about the fact that they lost. He sees that Sekizan is still practicing with Hyochi, I believe it's who it is, and he says, wow, who is this guy? Even after an hour of the game being over, he's still out here practicing. So we get to see that. We get to see why he's interested in him, and he says to him, those eyes, it's those eyes of yours. And this kind of made me think of Sasuke in a way, because a lot of this anime seems like it kind of somewhat in ways references to Naruto just by some of the things that happen, especially this episode the most. Not so much 1 and 2, but definitely this one. But anyway, it was still awesome to see that he's very interested in him, which is why at the beginning of the episode he was so stoked about playing this game between them again. Now, the episode ends with a member of Gion and Iwashimizu's team saying, all right, we need to turn this game around. We need to basically build up our momentum to switch this game around, because from what it seems like, I think the score was only 1-0. So they haven't gotten that much of a lead on them, but you can definitely see the momentum is on Kaijo's side, and it definitely has me stoked for next week's episode. Like, when I saw episode 1, I was stoked for episode 2. When I saw episode 2, I was stoked for this episode. But now, man, episode 4, I am dying to watch it. This anime is definitely going down as one of my favorites as long as it continues to progress the way that it's progressing now. If you haven't started this anime, it's 3 episodes. All out, I highly recommend to anyone. I mean, I know there are some people who don't like sports anime. There are some people who say, oh, well, it's for fangirls, or it appeals to the Fudanshi, whatever you want to call it, man. This anime has something for everybody, and honestly, I feel like all of them do. They have the best plots, in my opinion, other than very detailed anime like maybe Naruto and stuff like that, but they have the best plots that are the most interesting to watch to me. And even though the character development is quite fast-paced compared to most other animes, you still feel it. It's 3 episodes in only, and you can just feel the pain of Iwashimizu through what happened, the incident at the very end of the first episode. It's just amazing. The visuals are amazing. Art and animation are amazing. I can't do anything but praise this anime. Like, I seriously am loving it. And I know it sounds like I'm fanboying right now. I probably am. In fact, I know I am, but I don't care. I highly recommend this anime. I give this episode a 15 out of 10. Like, I love it that much. Go watch it, and please go watch it. If you like sports anime, if you're checking out this review, I don't know if you're watching it just because I posted it or just because you're a fan. If you're a fan, good for you. I'm glad you're checking it out. If not, go check it out. If I had to recommend any anime to somebody sports related, this is it. This and Haikyuu have my hype level over 9,000. It's seriously that high, no joke. But anyway, I'm not gonna harp on it anymore. I've said what I gotta say. I hope you guys like the review. I hope you guys like the episode. If you watch it, if you haven't, go watch it already. Don't watch this review before you watch the episode, which is too late. I'm at the end of the video now, but still, go watch it. And Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I'm going to review this every single week. And follow me on everything you see listed in the description below. And last but not least, follow me on Anime Amino at Animated Heroes. That's going to be hard to say in every one of my videos, but yeah, Anime Amino Animated Heroes _ between it, just like on here. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.